Howdy, folks. Well, it's a disappointing day in oil country, but it shouldn't have to be sad, assuming it's not a sign of things to come. The Oilers lost 3-1 to the Vegas Golden Knights. Uh, to me, I don't think the Oilers played bad at all. Um, I think the disappointment doesn't come from the loss, but the fact that uh, it's disappointing what could have happened if we won tonight. That would have been the tying the record for longest winning streak in NHL history. But I'm still very proud of what the Oilers were able to do. 16 game winning streak is no small feat by any means, and there's no shame to losing to a team like Vegas, especially with the way Vegas's Aiden Hill played. That was yet another Vezina performance from him. He's had 3 games since returning from injury, and all 3 of them have been fantastic for him. He's shooting himself right back into the mix for the Vezina conversation. And so, just looking at the goal order here, McDavid scored first. That was a shorthand goal. It was his 21st of the season, and that was really important because I felt it was important to get Vegas's crowd out of the game. But they came back in. They're very supportive of the Golden Knights. They love the Golden Knights. Vegas is a hockey town. I love saying that. Nicholas Waugh, might be Roy, but I think it's Waugh, scored nearing the end of the first, and that got the Vegas crowd right back into it. The second period was pretty tense, and there was a lot of back and forth, and a lot of rushes, but either Skinner or Hill made a big save, or a defenseman made a big play to prevent the rush from having a chance. But scoring came back in the third, but unfortunately, not for the team I was cheering for. Stevenson scored early to make it 2-1, and then Carlson scored the empty netter at the end of the game, which is good for my fantasy points. I have Carlson and Hill on one of my fantasy teams, so I'm not all that mad. And most of you probably know I'm a bit partial to Vegas, so I figure if there's any team that could that had to end the Oilers streak right at 16, it could at least be a team that I respect and love. So like I said, most of the disappointment, if not all of it, is just because of disappointment of what could have been. But the Oilers still played a good game. Obviously, going into the game, you hope you score more than one goal, and you hope you win and all that. But really, the Oilers played pretty well. We just got goalied, which is kind of thing we do a lot. But at least we had our own goalie doing pretty good. I wouldn't say it was Skinner's best game during the streak, but he still had a solid outing. No complaints about him from the game. He still did pretty good. It was kind of nice being part of a goalie battle for the first time in a long time, and hopefully not the last in a long time. But yeah, that is the quick review. I like to do a little 3 stars just from the Oilers. Because the Vegas choices, if you're looking at the numbers, would be pretty obvious. Aiden Hill has to be number 1, but just from the Oilers, in order, I would actually have Nurse as our first star. He shut down quite a few rushes on his own. He played the body very well. Got a lot of boos from Vegas fans, which is with the way he plays. That means that he's doing good. McDavid is the second star. Kind of had to be, not just because of who he is, and not just because of how well the Oilers do when he's on, but he did also have the only goal we scored, and it was a shorty. And then the third star, I was leaning towards picking Skinner, but I actually chose Darnay. Not only did he have an assist on McDavid's goal, but he played very good defense by all numbers, not just in the physicality department, not just in controlling the ice, but also on the penalty kill. I was very impressed with him, despite only playing 15 minutes tonight, which is his usual. I was still very impressed in that relatively short amount of time. So, next game for the Oilers is the Ducks. That's Friday night. I do expect a win from the Oilers. I expect them to be hungry to get right back at winning. And the Ducks aren't the hardest team to beat. Last time we played the Ducks, we won 7-2. That was part of the winning streak. So I'm not saying we're going to win 7-2 or even have as big of a win as that. But I don't like saying that I expect to win because anything can happen, and the Ducks do have some good pieces, but chances are the Oilers win, and I would go in. I would be surprised if they didn't. Anyways, that's it for tonight. Have a good night, or heck, maybe we're watching this in the morning, probably. In that case, good morning. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.